Hi, you guys. I'm going to try to do a video here about a video. And if I don't upload this, then I won't. It might be a long time because this video is 30 minutes. But the main thing is um, that I want to say is first of all, this is uncharacteristic of Trump. Everything coming out of his mouth is so hypocritical. Now, either he is a giant hypocrite that's been sold out, which it could be possible, or this is a total war game. The way he talks to Bibi, the things he's saying about, like, okay, the Vance and Trump thing. I totally think that is a choice over Rubio. First of all, for him to even delegate this to somebody else. Well, first of all, Vance is the vice president, which I don't know if that matters. Rubio is not. But Vance is going to quell the he's going to calm the seas on a lot of fronts, like the far right weirdos, if that's which party they are, and then the far left lost ones that are irretrievable. Uh, but the normal people that are waking up and ex-Democrats, um, that these right wingers that are suddenly against, what are they? Are they the ones that love Trump no matter what? I mean, or are they like Tucker, where they're backstabbers? I don't even know anymore what these people are in their categories. But I think Trump has delegated this because of it. He has figured out it's going to take an extra 60 days. It's going to take a lot longer, and it's going to bleed over into the midterms and beyond. So he wants the spotlight off of him. Whether or not he is helping dictate, which I'm sure, to Vance, is neither here nor there. But he can't delegate it to Rubio because Rubio is too much on one side of the good guys, right? Israel. But he has to delegate it to Trump for those reasons. Or I mean, Vance for those reasons. Now, this is JNS, and it's I said her name wrong last time. It's Ruthie, but I called her Ruby accidentally once. And I like her, and I think his name is Dave, and they go back and forth. And then they were saying, because I'm about to start it in another, like, 19. Okay, so open the straits. She was saying they need to demand just open the straits. But I don't know if they could, because there's mines in it. Now, why can't we clean up the mines? I don't know, but maybe they can't open. Okay, she was saying demand that they open the straits, but we have, okay. And then there's this, he's saying the law of diminishing return, which I don't know what that is, but it kind of makes sense. The return is diminishing because we're kind of at a Mexican standoff. Okay? The term Mexican standoff. Look it up if you don't know what it is. And Trump doesn't want to jeopardize this Mexican standoff, so whatever I was saying. Okay, now they played a clip of Trump saying all kinds of hypocritical stuff. Something like, they're not doing it fast enough. It goes on forever. They don't need to blow up a whole building. They're fighting Hezbollah too long. They need to let Syria would do a better job. Ha ha. Syria needs to be done next. Excuse me. So the things he's saying are, like I said, unless he is invasion of the body snatchers and he has totally sold his soul to the devil and he is something bought him off, I can't see this not being a war tactic because, okay, and then I don't know an example yet, so I haven't thought this through, but this privacy of this memorandum, maybe somebody can think of an example, but when this was going around, what, Sunday, this privacy and immediately I thought what it really is, which I don't know an example, but I keep saying when you're dealing with crazy, you're going to act crazy and you're going to take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back and big stick, carrot. Maybe the stick and the carrot aren't really working right now in the diminishing return. Okay. So now he's got to move on to, okay, when you're dealing with not only Psycho, but the Middle East, Israel is a diamond in the middle of crazy, okay? They may not understand the Middle East, even though they're in it, but I'm sure they do. They fought against it all their life for 47 years, but Middle East, it's true. They're very proud, meaning honorable proud, not like the American kind of proud. It's a different kind of proud. So, yeah, the combination of the Middle East pride and Psycho crazy. Then you got the Middle East side, supposedly UAE and Saudi Arabia aren't anti-Semitic, and they know that their Quran says this is the Jews' land. But they're probably filling Trump in on some of this pride stuff because Trump is a bull in a china shop. So it's a combination of Middle Eastern pride, honor, and Psycho. So Trump has to do things privately, kind of like when you have an out of control, wicked child that you've tried everything, and your last thing is maybe to reprimand them privately. Because we know in the Jewish tradition that the Christians totally were not taught this. I did a video yesterday, but I didn't upload it because I thought, you know what? It went on like off in the deep end. But, oh darn, what was I saying here? First I was talking about pride. Okay, well, darn, I lost it. When you're dealing with Middle Eastern pride and Psycho, you take a Psycho child aside because you're like, this is my last resort, because they have so much pride that they're not going to let their classmates that they're trying to bully, they're not going to let them know. They don't want it public. Okay, the thing, okay, I'll finish this. They're not going to publicly be humiliated in front of their enemies that they're trying to bully, that aren't even really their enemies. Now, if you privately talk to them and say, yeah, pet them a little bit, but not like that way, not like ego stroking them, but what you're doing is you're reprimanding them in private because they don't want their bully enemies, so that proud bully can now come to the table, and they can now come to the table, and their bullied enemies don't know that they were publicly, they didn't see the humiliation. It was private. Because in the Jewish culture that they didn't teach the Christians, they taught us about slander because it's in the Bible. Maybe because it's not in the Bible that they didn't teach us this. But slander, backbiting, gossip, we know that's all bad. Bitterness, anger, hatred, unwarranted without a cause. We taught about all those things, but there's something that the Jews know that they don't teach the Christians, or we didn't get taught, is that you don't humiliate someone in public. And I briefly went over this in some other video when it was about something else. So Christians, even when we go online and we say, oh, Joyce Meyer is a heretic and she's just from Satan and all this, that's publicly, that's different than calling out. That is your opinion. You have no proof. You don't live with her. You don't know anything. And just because your spin on the gospel doesn't agree with hers, you are not allowed to publicly humiliate her. You can call out evil. Don't put anybody's name on it. Or you think, oh, well, I'm trying to save somebody from her or them. It's very, in the Jewish tradition, it's very evil to do that. Okay? That is borderline slander, backbiting, gossip. And God says don't do that. She's a child of God and she's saved. She is a brethren in Christ. If she is being heretical, I've said this before, she's not your church. That's talking about when it's in your church and it's going on, you need to take care of that. You don't go around to everybody's churches and do it for them. No, you do it in your own body. Okay,